So it is treat season. I love treats, but treats don't always love me quite as much as someone with type 1 diabetes. So I am a diabetes educator. I've had type 1 diabetes for 30 years and I'm a dietitian and I do like to cook. So my tips for you is I first like to keep my blood sugar lower going into my meal. If your blood sugar is already sitting high and then you eat a bunch of carbohydrates, it's just gonna go higher and it's more work. So second is I do a pre-bolus of the minimum amount of carbs I know I'm going to eat. And then I start with protein and fiber foods. So that's going to be yummy turkey, or if you're eating ham or whatever the protein source is, it could even be a vegetarian protein source. And I do lots of vegetables, which are heavy in fiber. Foods that are high in protein and fiber prevent your body from absorbing the sugar, glucose as quickly, and it gives your body more time to get the insulin working. My next tip to eat more intuitively during this season is to bolus again the moment I realize I'm eating more. So there's going to be a big bolus and then a couple little mini boluses as I have a little bite here and a little bite there. I like to make my own sugar-free dessert. And that way I can go crazier on my dessert, especially if you're going out to a gathering and you have no idea what the carb count is and it really stresses you out. You can bring your own dessert or own treat or foods that you know that you can count on. Since I know sugar-free is not the healthiest food in the world, but I mean, if we wanted a dessert, that wasn't our goal anyways. For instance, I love doing a sugar-free pumpkin pie. And I usually just do the filling and then I use a lot of whipped cream because whipped cream is lower in carbohydrates. And then I have smaller slithers of the other desserts that are super high in carbohydrates. And again, we can eat what we want, but all foods just have consequences. It just takes a little bit more. I call it babysitting my blood sugar because those foods can impact your blood sugar for several hours. So it just can take more work when you have those types of meals. But I'm all for eating all the different types of foods as long as it works for your health goals. Lastly, what's been helpful for me, I use the Tandem Mobi right now, and I can do an increased temp rate. And so I know that those foods, it's higher in carbs, it's higher in fat, it's higher in protein, it's going to cause more insulin resistance, so to speak, where my cells aren't responding to the insulin quite as well. So I like to use an increased temp rate of about 40%, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And you can do a similar effect to this with an extended bolus or a dual way bolus, but it also depends on the pump that you're using. A lot of times you'll have to go out of the closed loop system in order to do some type of extended background insulin, but that can be especially helpful for bigger meals than your body is used to eating. Hopefully that's helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday